Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into the pretty wild world of meme coins. You know, these things started as internet jokes, but somehow crashed right into finance.
Exactly. It's kind of amazing.
So, our mission today is to unpack this, understand the volatility, see if there's any surprising potential, but also be really clear about the significant risks. Let's get into it.
Okay, so what are they fundamentally? Well, they really did start as jokes. Think Dogecoin back in 2013, literally based on the Doge meme.
Right, the Shiba Inu dog.
That's the one. So they're often satirical, totally community driven.
Yeah.
And their value, it's not about tech, really. It's about social media buzz, the whole attention economy. Get enough eyes on it, the price moves.
So hype drives the price.
Pretty much. And here's a weird insight. Some almost embrace this idea of the paradox of uselessness. Like the fact that they don't do anything useful is part of the appeal for some people. It's almost like finance as performance art, a pure gamble.
Interesting. And that pure gamble means, well, crazy price swings, right? We hear
Yeah.
about extreme volatility.
Oh, absolutely. Purely sentiment driven. It often works on the greater fool theory, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You buy hoping someone else, maybe less informed, will pay even more later.
Like musical chairs with money. Or maybe Beanie Babies back in the day. That demand just vanished.
Exactly like that. And beyond just volatility, you hear a lot about manipulation. Things like pump and dump schemes or rug pulls. What does that actually mean for someone investing?
Yeah, what are the red flags there?
Well, a pump and dump is basically early insiders hyping a coin like crazy, driving the price up artificially, then they sell off, crashing the price and leaving everyone else holding worthless bags.
Nasty. And a rug pull.
Even worse, that's when the creators just disappear. They take all the invested money and vanish. The Trump coin situation was cited as an example of this kind of exploitation, where creators allegedly made off with funds while investors lost out.
Ouch. Okay, so manipulation is a big one. And you mentioned lack of utility earlier. Does that tie into security risks too?
Definitely. There's often no real underlying value, unlike, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum. And because they pop up so fast, the smart contracts, the code running them, can be poorly written, rushed, full of holes.
So how do you even tell if one is remotely legitimate?
That's where audits come in.
Yeah.
You absolutely need to look for comprehensive smart contract audits done by reputable firms like CertiK or PeckShield. That's a basic sign someone's actually trying to build something legitimate and safe. It's critical.
Okay, audits are key. It really sounds like a Wild West scenario. What about regulation? I heard something interesting about the SEC's stance.
Ah, yes. That's crucial. As of February 2025, the SEC explicitly stated most meme coins are not considered securities.
Not securities. What does that mean for investors?
It means they fall outside federal securities laws.
Yeah.
So if you get scammed, if there's fraud, there's basically no federal legal protection or recourse like you'd have with stocks. It's pure buyer beware. The due diligence is entirely, completely on you.
Wow, okay. That's a huge risk factor. It sounds almost entirely like speculation. But I've also heard talk of Meme 2.0. Is there actually something evolving here? Are some trying to be more than just a joke?
Yes, actually. Some projects are trying to move beyond pure speculation. We're seeing integrations with DeFi, decentralized finance, like Shiba Inu. They built their own exchange called ShibaSwap. You can stake tokens there.
Right, adding some financial utility.
Exactly. And NFTs, too. Non-fungible tokens are being used for community identity. Look at Pudgy Penguins, started as NFTs. Now they have physical merch. And get this, there's even a proposed ETF filing related to them.
An ETF for a project that started with cartoon penguins? That's quite a leap.
It is. It signals a move towards mainstream recognition, maybe. We're also seeing things like AI tools being integrated. Projects like JetBolt or MindSights are trying to use AI for market insights or other features.
So utility, NFTs, AI, and infrastructure too. Are they building their own tech now?
Some are trying to scale things up. Using Layer 2 solutions on top of existing blockchains for speed and lower fees, Shiba Inu launched Shibarium, for example. Others are using fast blockchains like Solana.
Okay.
And even more ambitious, you've got projects like Memecore, aiming to be a dedicated Layer 1 blockchain built specifically for this Meme 2.0 idea. They even talk about a unique proof of meme consensus.
Proof of meme? What does that even mean?
Well, the idea, as I understand it, is that the network security is somehow tied to the project's ongoing viral engagement and community activity. It's certainly novel.
Novel indeed. Okay, so wrapping this up a bit, it sounds like while some projects are evolving, adding utility, building tech, the whole space remains incredibly high risk.
Exceptionally high risk, yes. You have to remember, a lot of the wealth generation you see is really just wealth redistribution. Money moving from later investors to earlier ones, not necessarily organic value being created across the board.
Right. So for you, listening to this, if you're even considering dipping a toe in, disciplined, cautious research is absolutely paramount. What are the key takeaways?
First, risk management. Seriously. Only put in what you can truly afford to lose completely. Maybe a tiny percentage of your portfolio, like 5%, maybe 10% max, and be mentally prepared for it to go to zero.
Okay, assume it could vanish. What else?
Rigorous due diligence. Don't just chase hype. Look for signs of a healthy, active community, fair launch practices maybe, and critically check for those publicly verifiable smart contract audits we talked about.
Right, the audits again. Very important.
Absolutely. Then maybe try to seek out projects that are actually trying to build something, developing real use cases, integrating with DeFi, NFTs, AI, building out infrastructure like Shibarium, or gaining recognition like Pudgy Penguins with that ETF filing talk.
So focus on those trying to evolve beyond just the meme.
I think that's wiser, yes. Be extremely cautious with the pure meme plays. The ones with, a funny picture and nothing else, like maybe Pepe, for example. If there's no ecosystem, no utility roadmap, their long-term sustainability is just highly questionable. Got it. So the final thought for you to chew on, meme coins. They've had this wild ride, right? From internet joke to potential ECF filings. Are they just a fleeting fad destined to disappear like old internet trends? Or are they maybe a legitimate, though incredibly risky, new frontier for digital value? And given how fast this all changes, how will you decide to navigate these very unpredictable waters?